No, it's going to be almost 90 this week here. It's pretty
Ooh.
toasty out right now. It's hot in this
Ugh.
studio.
No. Ugh. God.
Yep.
Did your guys' inspection go okay?
We get the appraisal number tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yes, they had a due date of May 2nd. So that's the final piece to this puzzle. Closing set for the 10th at 1:30.
So you could conceivably close on the 3rd.
Takes a couple days, but probably by the end of the week, possibly. They could.
Yeah, I mean, well, now I'm assuming you got to go to a title company, so usually that's when it's usually.
Yeah,
the
mortgage company said it just takes a couple days once they get it.
Yeah, they got.
It could be by the end of the week, but right now it's set for 1:30 on next Tuesday, the 10th.
Nice.
So
That's
we
right
drove
around
up
the corner.
there. It is. We actually drove up there this evening with our niece Brittany to show her, and there was a U-Haul in the driveway. So
were they already pretty much packed up though when you went and viewed it?
It was fairly empty.
It was a
just
very
some
minimalist house. You
just
could definitely tell that they were
a couch
in the process of either pulling the trigger to move, or they're just European minimalists.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell.
He did. It was very short.
Well, I didn't notice that until I put you up on the big screen, and I'm like, oh, now I can see you.
Yeah, no more scruff, just goatee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took only Joe the following day.
Yeah, it'll be back
shaved
tomorrow.
last night.
Yeah, it'll be back
well,
tomorrow.
also,
Yeah, Joe came
like
out
Santa
this
Claus.
morning. He's like, "Hey, you shaved?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I noticed." I go, "Yeah, I shaved last night. We had a fucking hour-long conversation, like in the living room, and it wasn't like I trimmed my beard. I had a beard was starting to get. It was at the point where it needed to be trimmed, and I trimmed it down and then shaved to a goatee.
Yeah,
okay,
dramatic change.
Yeah,
very.
It looks good.
No one notices. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the few people that can go either way. I mean, you could go mustache, goatee, beard.
Yeah,
just because
you had a mustache. It looked like a 70s stash.
I did. I carried that well.
Yeah, my dad's always had a mustache.
Yeah, my dad too. Yep. Because when he worked at 3 Mile Island, he couldn't have a beard or a goatee because of the outfits that they wore had to have a perfect feel. So he always had a mustache.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds stash.
Yeah, our buddy Carl, him and his friends, they have big beards, and they're always and all the other firefighters are jealous, but they're forced firefighters. They don't have to have the positive seal mask. So all their other friends are regular firefighters that can't have beards, and they're like, Carl's got a big bushy beard.
I don't think I would want lots of hair around fire.
Yeah, forest fire.
Yeah.
They drop me into everything around me burning, and my face is more flammable than ever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got it singed a few times, but yeah, that's what he does. He'll drop in. It's not fun.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, no. Anyway, anything else going on?
No, just busy packing this weekend, and
yeah,
that's really
a little bit here and there, going along the just with doing some infusing of cigars. I'm drinking the rum tonight. I took a little sip. I'm gonna continue my cheat meal day and have a little bit of rum.
Nice.
How's the rum going?
Oh, you got cheat meal days now.
Well, not cheat meal days. I just
pizza for lunch.
Yeah, just a kid. Like cardiologist said, if you eat well 80% of the time, the other 20%, don't lose your marbles. So I've been really disciplined with, eating healthy, not eating freaking cholesterol, fat, all that stuff. And,
that's what Graham does that. And he picks one day where he can pretty much, if he wants to go have something that he's, got a lot of calories or whatever, he'll do it. But there's times where he'll be like, I can't eat anything until this day because this day I'm doing this, and this is what I want to waste my cheat day meal on. And I'm like, oh my God.
I did stuff like that. I don't know if I want to get too I was too disciplined with it, and it was kind of weird because it was like, disciplined to the point where it was like your cheat meal and cheat day. Now I just eat healthy. I'm adopting just a lifestyle of eating healthier. And when I pick and choose when I want to cheat,
Yeah.
You know, and I found that if I go a little too excessive or crazy, I feel like shit. So,
The sugar.
I'm feeling better. All right. Continue with the bullies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing well. So we have a new dessert place. I think they're out of Tennessee that just opened up in Greenville called Jeremiah's Italian Ice. But they do something neat. Let me tell you, I'll send you the pictures of what we had yesterday. Their Italian ices are probably some of the smoothest Italian ices I've ever had. But they do something called a gelati, not a gelato, a gelati. Okay. It's soft serve ice cream, either chocolate or vanilla, and they layer it with Italian ice. And you would think, wow, that's kind of a weird combo.
Yeah.
Wow. I could eat it every day. All
I've
day
never
long.
had a real Italian. I've had Italian ice from like the ice cream truck.
But it's so smooth. It just melts in the mouth. So I had my Italian ice with strawberry lemon, wasn't sweet at all, just a really good little tart, not overly, with vanilla soft serve. Wow. Kerr had a orange Italian ice, vanilla soft serve. It was like an orange sickle. I'll send you pictures. Absolutely like fantastic.
And they're creamsicle.
Exactly. The choices of Italian ices, huge selection to the point that you don't really know what you want to get, but they'll give you samples to try to say, hey, maybe you'll like this combo.
Yeah.
So I may go when we go back next. I think my next one, I'm going to go classic and do a root beer Italian ice, vanilla soft serve.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was growing up, we had a little like ice cream shop, but they pretty much did Italian ices or slushies or something like that. But they did it right in front of you. They shaved everything. And it was so good.
I think it's for some reason I'm thinking Tennessee, but it's a new chain in this area. Wow. Cool. If you can find one, the price is great. I was really so skeptical of combining the two. So freaking delicious.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Someone wanted to know where they could watch us real quick. Yeah. I need to go and find, I said some Italian, people always talk about it, but like I said, I've never had.
You need a good Italian ice though. If it's too icy and gritty, then it just sucks.
Yeah.
There was one here in town, but I don't.
Rita's is okay. Rita's is a chain. It's fair.
It's okay.
I've gone to some smaller ones. I'm just really kind of picky with it. But like, I don't like Lindy's Italian ices in the grocery store. Those I find are very gritty. We get the other brand.
I buy the lemon one. The lemon one's not too bad.
I can't think of the
ones you buy. That's Italian ice.
That's Italian ice, but in a different form. Like that's not how it's supposed to be.
I don't like Lindy's, but I do like that other brand, and it's the swirl one. Joe and I fight over who gets what. Hurricane's like our favorite.
Yeah.
And then I like the orange burst, which is lemon and orange, because those have just a very smooth texture to it.
Yeah.
And great flavor.
If you let it sit out a little bit, it obviously is a little bit more creamier. But when you first open it, you're like, it's ice. So I make smoothies for Gabby. I just take it and plop it in there and use it in her smoothies.
Yeah. So we went to that yesterday, did some furniture stores. We didn't find anything. So I know not to look there. Just trying to get some ideas and packing and cigar stuff. I have some packages to get done later of Silent Green to ship on out.
Yes, it's Silent Green shop. We got some orders.
Was today the last day?
Nope.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Got some last.
Yeah, did you like my comment back to you, Kerr?
Yes.
My thank you. My birthday wish was that people would buy the Silent Green Buddy.
Well, you're not going to get your wish.
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, I really should get like a special thank you.
It was funny. I laughed and I was like, "Ooh!" I was like, I know how to respond to this. It's perfect.
It was perfect.
So,
Kevin.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
It's never ending with these damn messages. And it was one of these I clicked on it and then it's like, oh, now he saw the message. Now you gotta.
So he knows Kevin's live.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. So,
lead us in.
Oh, lead us in.
Is he all right, Jess? Did he have too much?
I don't know.
I'm Bully Kevin.
I'm Bully Jess.
I'm Bully Kerr.
I'm Bully Jen.
And we are
The
Broadleaf
Broadleaf
Bullies.
Bullies.
Wow.
We talk. You listen. We're the Broadleaf Bullies. And here's your hosts, Kev, Kerr, Jessie, and Jen.
You know, when someone sends you a message, has Chris or myself ever been on your show? If you don't know if you've been on my show or not, you're not coming on our show. No. Have we ever been on your show? Go fuck yourself.
Who was it?
I can't say it now that I told them to
Well,
go
you said
fuck
Chris.
themselves. Yeah.
You said Chris myself. So
Well, somewhere out there, Chris knows he's going to get fucking
Yeah. Lots of Chris's. Lots of Chris's.
Amendola. Is it Chris and
No,
Amendola?
no. It was, yeah.
Hey, Monaco.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Oh,
so
geez.
Kev, I was telling you earlier. I wonder how much I should say on here, but
I would just say it.
I know
Who cares?
it's
Maybe we'll get more viewers.
no. This one would be.
Now I need to know. What is it?
Exactly.
I might have to wait till afterwards.
Kind of like
'cause
Kevin with his logo.
Well, yes, but I at least have some restraint. Sorry, Kev.
Kevin can't keep secrets.
Yeah, Kevin cannot.
I just know that there's some things that, if said and names mentioned, and if it got out, it could cause a lot of real issues and maybe even some legal repercussions.
Great. Now we got to wait till 90
I
minutes
know.
at the end of this.
Oh my lord!
Well-
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Well, on that note, I'm Broadleaf Bullies Kevin. Yeah.
I know.
It's just a 10-minute snippet.
I
Yeah.
just go to get out there because it's pretty effed up, man. I mean, you know, you're in the industry. I'm in
I
the
know what
industry.
it is.
And you see the hypocrisy of freaking
It is.
individuals, and you see freaking some people pontificating and putting shit on Facebook like they're fucking Nietzsche, you know, and it's like, you know, they got skeletons in their closet. And then there's other folks that are in freaking high positions within
Utilize
certain groups,
power.
really leveraging their freaking power in
Yeah.
order to freaking better their personal business. And I'm kind of the in the ripple of that right now.
Okay.
So
It's not even a ripple. It's a big.
no, I'm saying
we're
it's,
talking waves right now. It's
Yeah,
not a
but I
little
mean,
ripple.
it's kind of like, you
It's
know,
fucked up.
you got to be kidding me. So, yeah, and it's been done a couple of times, and you're starting to see more and more of it. Kevin, you and I talked before about it on some of these shows and their sponsorships and the freaking, you know, the special privileges that you get with certain sponsors and stuff. It's almost getting into a you know, pay to play.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely is.
Without a doubt. I mean, you look at, you know, even like cigar ratings and reviews and stuff like that. You know, tell me pay to play doesn't have, you know, a lot to do with that, you know. So
Oh, it most definitely does.
You know,
I'm actually to the
yeah.
point where I'm like, I'm just gonna post on the Facebook and go, hey, listen, I've been hacked by someone who's just gonna start being truthful about the shit that I know.
Yeah, right.
yeah, without a doubt, it's it's insane. But yeah, you don't want to say anything here. We're over 1,000 subscribers.
Really?
Yeah, we're
Really?
over 1,000.
Wow.
No, I
that's
won't. I
great.
definitely won't say it here because
Yeah.
it's after I tell you,
Yeah,
you may not think it's super big, but
It is.
it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking shady, man.
it is. And 1,000 subscriber. We even said, like, I was hoping to reach 1,000 by a year, so we weren't too far off.
No.
No. Now we just need once you have
You're
1,000
like a fucking Jersey Nostradamus.
I
Yeah.
know.
once we reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours to watch, now that'll probably take the rest. You know, that'll
Where are
probably
we
take a
at
whole
with
year.
that?
I can't remember. It's
100?
not close. It's,
No, not close.
well, I mean,
You
even
got
if you,
3,280.
I mean, we've only had 36, not even 50 shows. You know, so at 2 hours a piece, even you'd have to have quite a few people watching every show to get that 4,000.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
usually takes a couple of years to get 4,000. But
And
once
then
you
what
get,
happened?
then you can monetize the channel.
Hmm.
So, like YouTube will pay you.
So what's the
But-
best strategy with that? Is it? I mean, I'd have to imagine that having more frequent videos posted with less time than having instead of having a 90-minute show, have 2 45-minute shows. I'm not saying that's what we should do. I'm saying does it seem like that seems to be the best course?
Yeah, that's definitely the best. 59 minutes is like just right under 60 minutes. People will watch a 60-minute show. 45 minutes, people.
Okay, Sheldon.
Yeah. So
shit. 59 minutes is just under 60 minutes.
Yeah. So
in case you did not know
when people see that, because YouTube will tell them it's 60 minutes, it's 1 hour. But so at 59 minutes, they don't see that hour. So it's kind of like the difference.
Really, I'm not going to round up 1 minute.
Reason why Kevin says that, it takes some of you motherfuckers at 98 minutes to watch 60 minutes.
It's the same thing on 99 cents for $1. People are like, "Ooh, I'm getting a deal, 99 cents." When it's only a penny.
Then you pay the 7% in tax.
Yeah,
I thought this was 99 cents.
Yeah,
well, you still got to pay tax. Sorry,
but. It's way less than that. That's why the short form content, they're wanting it under 3 minutes now, which is insane. But 15 minutes, just about everybody's going to watch 15 minutes.
Yeah,
a few more at 30, a few more at 45, a whole lot less than an hour. So, but
why are we doing 2-hour shows?
Well, because even if we get monetized, what's YouTube going to pay? I mean, if every video gets 10, 15, 20,000 views, we can make, $1,000 a month, but that's a lot of fucking views. So what you go for is the outside. Now we got 1,000 subscribers. You get an X amount of hours viewed. You present that to external advertisers, that may want their sign up on the wall. So
that was
Yeah.
Is that the Florida one?
Yeah, Florida Cueda, I think, is the Añejo 5 years. Really good rum.
So what are you smoking?
I actually am finishing up right now with the Amazon Basin.
Just
such a great cigar.
Did you smoke that yacht last night?
I saw the picture.
I did not smoke that last
or 2 nights ago. Yeah, you smoked the chubby unicorn
for my birthday.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Amazon Basin?
Oh, that cigar was so good.
Isn't it? This is a good batch because I've had them in the past not so good.
Oh, really?
I remember when they first came out, they were freaking like on
hit or
point.
miss.
No, they were on point.
Oh.
Then there was a couple of hit or miss, and then I think this one I had this one here is really good. This one's
I smoked it to the nub.
You gonna sell your box or smoke them?
Oh, I'm smoking the shit out of it.
Are you? I kept 2 out of the box, 1 for each of us, and I sold the rest.
Yeah, good for you, man. That's smart. I actually
did you buy the box recently?
Yeah, a while back.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Here, let's do a quick little quiz. How much do you think I spend on Starbucks a month?
You're gonna look right now. You're gonna have Kevin's hat blow off his head, and then you're gonna get lectured. And I'm gonna agree with everything he says.
I don't care. I know. I'm fine with whatever. A month. Well, you can break it down to a day.
$675.
What do I spend a month?
A month.
$675.
No, I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an idea here.
You're way off.
What did you just say?
$675.
Poker face. I'm gonna give him some help here.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that does seem like a lot.
Jen,
yeah, it does.
I'm giving him. You gotta give him some fucking context here.
Well, tell him how I start my day.
I don't know. That will not help your cause. That will make him worse. That will anger him, like it did me.
Well, so basically,
I said I'm going to say something. I said I'm going to say something here. Please. We've been dealing with this all weekend. It's been fucking horrible. I swear to God. She's like Bubba Gump. She really is. It's like this weekend's been horrible. She works Monday through Friday. Okay. So it's 5 days and she gets Starbucks every day going into work. On the weekends, no.
Not usually.
Okay.
I gave her a free Evan pass on the weekends. Okay. And this is not the Starbucks coffee that we buy and make at here every morning.
I drink that on the way to Starbucks.
I was
star.
including all of that.
No. This is that's why. No, that's why when Kevin gave his number, I want to give him some context of what does Jennifer buy Jennifer at Starbucks every month. How much money does she spend?
And once in a blue moon, I'll get a breakfast sandwich, but usually not. This is just my drink.
I'm going to say $200.
I was going to say 180 to $200.
I was going to say $200.
Okay, here's what happened. Okay, I went through and I said, "Hey, I canceled this cigar subscription, this cigar subscription."
It was his choice too.
But you know what it's like, man. When it's like, "Hey, are you still getting a subscription? I thought you canceled it."
Because you were saying you were going to cancel.
Why are you going to get this?
You kept saying, "I'm going to cancel. I'm going to cancel."
I thought you said that this was. So I kind of felt like it was that little passive aggressive stuff going on. So I said I canceled 2 of these subscriptions
because he complained about them.
No, and AMC we're getting rid of. I said, and once we get rid of this the storage unit, I said I canceled probably I don't know maybe $120 worth of cigar subscriptions a month. I said so I'm going to save us that money. I said, and
so we're ahead.
I said, so we're ahead. I'm like, so I said, you need to start to just continue to drink our coffees in the morning and take coffee with you and not stop at Starbucks. I said, because when you stop at Starbucks, so you're spending like around $6 a day. And I hear this. And I look up and I'm like, 6 times 5 times 4. I'm like, it's like $120. And she just looked at me. I'm like,
laughing.
She's laughing
in
at
the
me.
Kitchen.
I'm like, well, what is it?
Like big belly laugh.
And it's like anywhere between $7 and $9. So then I'm like, okay, I'll split the difference and I'll just say $8 a day, 8 times 5 times 4. And I'm like, wait, it's 8 times 5 times 4. And I'm like, you spend $160 a day or $160 a month. And then adding in the other stuff, it was over 200. And I'm like, are you guys frozen?
Oh,
yeah. You are. Yeah, you were.
You were frozen.
I
thought they were just patiently waiting.
No, they're frozen again.
You're frozen in the midst of a good story. Can't hear you either.
No, it's us.
Oh, there you are. Nope. I just heard Kevin. You're back.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
That was weird.
What did you get? Any of that?
No,
so we got the you're about to do the math.
Calculator.
Yeah.
So I did the 6 times 5, times 4, and I'm like, okay, so it's like $120. She's laughing at me. It's more like $9.
So you said 8.
Yeah, so it was like it ends up being like close to over $200 a month. She spends at Starbucks.
But we do make coffee here, and I drink that cup by the time I get to Starbucks. What I get at Starbucks lasts me all day. It's a 5. Most times I get a latte, a grande, so the medium with 5 extra shots in it. So the total price is $8.05 for that. Sometimes I'll do a quad. It just really kind of depends on what I feel like saying. But I drink that all day long. So it's really, I'm not buying anything else at work. I have my peanut butter crackers there. Are they frozen again?
No. Oh no! I wasn't chiming in on that. I'm like, yeah.
I don't really see what's wrong with it. Yes, it's pricey, but that's I will eat lunch at work. I get the buy one get one peanut butter crackers at Publix. That's what I eat all day, and I have my coffee, and I'll usually bring in a bottle of Gatorade or water. So that's the only thing I'm usually buying. And I didn't say cancel your cigar subscription. Yeah. That was your choice. You can clearly join something else. I don't care.
No,
you enjoy it. I enjoy coffee.
But when you're taking on like a house increase in monthly expenditures, you got to start cutting in areas that are unnecessary.
I've not been shopping as much.
I'll weigh in on this just a tad. Like when we were doing our first edition, we really cut back. Like we didn't go out. Like that's kind of when we decided not to go out to eat. And
yeah.
I mean, we mutually were like, okay, like every little penny counts. But Kevin, you were getting like Starbucks or getting Dunkin' Donuts, and I mean, like you and I have both. When we were at work, we've gotten what we wanted, and we never really like ever compared.
Yeah, but I mean,
much that
cigars, I don't.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not saying Kerr is spending money on that, but really, coffee's my only thing.
But but if you're gonna do so, when you say that, you are trying to compare because I am comparing, and you're trying to retort with something that is really non-retortable because I've reduced and eliminated the external cigar clubs. I don't drink. I don't buy
but I don't.
beer
I'm
all
not
the
like
time
part
and
of a coffee
like
club or food clubs or anything like that.
Neither am I. I'm not part of a cigar club.
But I was never in one to begin with.
I was until we had to make some cuts, and then now I'm not.
So maybe go down to a small. Maybe compromise.
Or
no, I don't feel like it's a compromise at all.
Can I ask a question though? Like, what is it that
That's the worst compromise ever? That was someone who didn't want to get yelled at.
No. What does
like I was going to jump through the camera?
Does Starbucks do something that you could not do at home?
Yes,
that's my
it tastes
question.
Different.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Listen. I'm not arguing. I don't know what you guys drink.
If he makes one for me before I go to work, which sometimes he does, I still drink it by the time I get to Starbucks. I gulp it down. It's that good.
Yeah.
I like having one freshly made at the store. There's just something about it, and I sip on it all day.
I've tried to replicate the Dunkin' Energy cold brew to the nth degree. Can't figure it out. I've watched the hacks on the everything. It tastes different when somebody makes it for you.
I guarantee you, if you get whatever drink you get at Starbucks, and I'll even get the stupid fucking paper cup, and I'll fucking change my name to Autumn, and I'll freaking put on the freaking the hat. I guarantee you I'll make it exactly the way they do.
No. Okay. We could try it, but I'll know the difference. So.
You'll know the difference because I'm not out of a fucking window going, hey, how's your day? Oh my gosh.
I'm actually going to miss my barista in where I go to downtown because with moving to Simpsonville.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find a way to go see your barista.
It's not on the way. She really makes it just perfect.
And what's a couple dollars of gas when I had that one.
When I walk in, it's like cheers. She's like, "Hey, Jennifer, how are you?"
That's how you know you're spending too much money when you have your own barista.
She makes it. She'll cut other people to make mine. Hey, you have a good day at work. She knows when I'm on call. If I'm coming on the weekend, I'm dressed in my scrubs. Just excellent customer service.
Do you have a point system with them too? Like,
so I get free sandwiches and coffees all the time because I'm spending a ridiculous amount of money with beans and coffee.
In order for that point system to work, you have to be a crack addict.
For example,
in order to get the free bag of Coke, you got to be freaking spend a lot of money on Coke.
So on Starbucks, I actually just got a free one the other day.
God, so funny.
I only have 93 stars right now. At one point, I had like 700-800. I'll just let it build up, and then I'll go a week and get a breakfast sandwich.
Should be 300 by freaking
their
Wednesday.
ham and cheese croissants are excellent. Like I'll get every now and then a breakfast sandwich, but I just like my.
But you talk about all the money that you talk about these things that you don't spend money on, but you act like when you say that, it's almost comparing that I spend a lot. I don't leave the house.
No, you don't.
Right?
I used to shop a lot. Look at all the boxes that used to come here.
I don't leave the house. I don't drive anywhere, so I don't spend gas.
Well, no, because you have a scooter and a bicycle to choose from.
Exactly. I freaking pretty much wear what I want to wear during the week, so the amount of clothing that goes into the laundry
boxers and a dress
is
shirt.
very, very minimal. It is. It's not like I work and I come home with a suit that needs to be dry cleaned and a freaking press shirt like I used to. No, none of that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have any freaking I haven't purchased an article of clothing for myself in like 2 years.
No.
For work. I don't I eat leftovers. I'm the only one in the house that eats leftovers because no one else likes leftovers.
You have them for lunch.
So my lunches are leftovers. So I'm
back
about
to
this far away
clubs.
from living off the grid.
You are.
Except for the social media and all the other.
Yeah.
But but the thing is though, I look at it, those cigar clubs are nice and they would be nice and I do enjoy them. However, the new house and that stuff is far more important.
My sanity of having coffee at work is very important.
I think it's more too. It's not. I guess you can't look at it as a hobby, but for you it is, because that's like your one thing that you truly love is coffee.
It's I like having it. It's my passion in the morning, and if
What's
I don't have it, it throws. I don't know.
You don't know her name?
I do not. Sorry, I do
Probably
not.
like Silkwood or something, or Autumn or some fucking millennial name.
I'll have to find out. I'm working downtown tomorrow. I'll see if she's working.
Yeah,
I'll ask her.
Yeah, tell her. Say, look, I'm not going to be coming here anymore because I'm moving.
Ask her if she can transfer.
She's going to be like, oh my gosh, no, you can't. And then you'll be like, you know what? It's only 5 minutes out of the way. I think I'll make it.
Very much out
Have
of the
you
way.
tried the Starbucks in Simpsonville to see if they're up to par?
We have gone to that one on Fairview Road. Their drive-thru is horrific. There are some alternative ones. I'm just going to have to kind of see how the mornings are. If I go to one campus, there's one that I go to all the time anyway, so that will work out fine. It's the downtown campus that.
Yeah, it's going to throw a monkey wrench in your whole thing.
It will. I may have to leave earlier.
I think you probably will.
For her Starbucks fix.
We'll see.
Won't get up early for anything else, but friggin' Starbucks. All right. So, yeah, that's been...
Yeah. You don't care if you would start doing unboxings, you get those clubs for free.
True.
Anyway, all I want to say is that I don't think Kevin and I have any like.
That's your fucking two pearls of wisdom is order a tall and unbox.
Yeah.
Kevin's a man of few words tonight.
I don't know. I'm not getting into that. Yeah.
Wow.
I see because I understand both sides of it. Like
he's
you
Switzerland right now.
You cannot make
Kevin order.
You cannot make the same drink at home.
Yeah,
it's
but
impossible.
It's not even that, like, just in a sense of like spending money. Like when I first met you, like, and when we first moved in here, I was like, why are there every day something was coming?
Oh yeah,
and so even now, I think I'm just so used to it. But if I break boxes down because like he throws them in the garage. I just broke a whole bunch of boxes down. I think I've probably broke down in the last 2 weeks. I don't know, 60 boxes.
Yeah. You get a lot of stuff.
He does.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been buying hardly anything.
Well,
obviously though,
but you worked yourself up to being able to get that stuff.
Well, and I would say over the last couple of weeks, the majority has been for business. Like I said, I can't remember the last time I did get something for myself.
Don't ever give you shit about it. You order stuff and then like. It is what it is. I don't think I've ever once said to you, like, "Oh, Kevin, you should curtail your spending." Like,
Kerr's never said that.
No. I know, but like,
until now,
I have said to him recently.
I held my tongue for years.
Can you not order shit right now for the edition? Because where the fuck are we putting it? Yeah. Like, the more Kevin, he keeps bringing in, the more I'm going insane.
There's boxes and rows of shoes that I didn't know existed.
When we clean the master closet and clothing.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is this purse? What the fuck is this? And I'm like, what are you just like, what is this? What is the meaning of this? Like, not like, hey, what's the meaning of this? I'm like, why?
Are you going to sell it on Poshmark?
No, they're boxed up and are going to come with us to the new house because there's more room in this closet that demands more shoes.
I have
to look at.
Dialed down.
It smells very nice in there, nice and leathery.
I've dialed down my shoe collection and boot collection as well as some of the clothing, but it's just some that I just really don't have the patience to put online. So I'll sell them for a price at the moving sale next weekend. I won't give them away. So if they don't sell for what I want, then I'll just take them back. Because there's something like I have a couple of Coach bags that I just don't use anymore, things like that. So if I can get a decent amount, I'm fine with it.
No longer using the Wednesday Coach bag.
I'm the same way. If you give me what I want, or I'll burn it.
I'll just take it back. I'm not. But then I have clothes that I'm like, I don't care. Like we have a ridiculous amount to sell next weekend. It's just mind-boggling of stuff we brought over from the storage unit. Joe's clothing alone, holy mackerel!
Yeah, when my sister
and I hate moving
Coach,
sales.
I got stuff from her every year, like purses, shoe, you name it. And a lot of it, I was like, I am never using this. So I either gave it as gifts to people or I sold it. But I did keep a few things. But I don't hold on to certain things. Kevin is,
and it's been tough because their new
order.
spring line is out, and my God, they got the cutest things coming out.
Coach is kind of bougie now. You can buy it everywhere.
Yeah, now, but back then,
when it used to be
like
like Michael Kors is kind of becoming.
Michael Kors
is very bougie.
Yeah.
You can go to Macy's now. You can go to outlets.
You can go to freaking. You can go to Marshalls and get Michael Kors.
Yeah. Louis Vuitton is the only one that hasn't done that. Like they don't do.
They'll never. I don't think.
I don't think they will.
But like Saks Fifth Avenue bags are like not as popular as they once were either, because now they have that other knockoff or like their downsized line.
Yeah,
Saks or whatever it's called.
And then like Neiman Marcus has Last Call.
Yeah, when you start making a line that's a lesser freaking quality.
I mean, if it makes it to Nordstrom's, then how great is it at this point?
Yeah.
So Kevin's
that's like
a hoarder?
where shit goes to die. Kevin is a weird hoarder, though. It's like when we were cleaning out the garage to make room for the stuff in the shed. I mean, you don't let go of anything. I didn't realize like how bad your tendencies to hold on to things were.
What were some of the
until
items?
that moment? I
got rid of a shed full of stuff.
Well, I wasn't here, so I didn't see it. He says that, but I have no idea.
All of like stuff to make all of like my metal art and stuff, like piles of gears and broken machine. Like I would, go to, when we go antiquing or whatnot, there'd be a piece of broken something of like, oh, I like that part that's on it. So I would just bring it home and just put it in a pile. And occasionally take shit apart.
To tell you the truth, I don't know what he got rid of. I'm assuming quite a bit, but what we still have,
literally probably a ton of stuff.
Well, the storage building we have has five small boxes that are just mine. That's it of mine. The rest is Kevin's stuff, and then a couple boxes of Graham's stuff. I pay for a storage building that has none of my own shit in it except for 5 boxes, and I had to literally take shit out of our closet and put in storage to make room for Kevin's stuff.
I have boxes like Joe kindergarten, Joe first grade, Joe second grade.
In our storage unit, it was like a big effing box for every year of Joe's life.
Up until 5th grade. I didn't
kindergarten first. I mean, all the way through.
I consolidated and kept on me and like really cute things.
It's all important.
And they're all in 1 or 2 boxes, like all 3 kids.
Yeah, once the new shed is built and the garage is cleaned out, I want to build just a wall to where we can just pile totes, 6-8 high, like two deep, and then just label them and just if it doesn't fit in the tote, get rid of it.
Oh, so he says that now until I come home and there's all kinds of shit in the garage. He says these things. I can clean the counter, and all of a sudden I'll turn around and Kevin has put something there.
Yeah.
You have it on record now.
Empty space. Yeah. Oh, I know.
Well, that's why the new shed we're building is the size of our garage. So technically, every single item that is in our garage right now, can fit in the new shed. I built it the same size.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm really excited about the garage being completely empty, so we can really like clean it and like figure out how we want to set it up to be functionable.
Yeah.
Now, is there a date the shed's going to be done?
We're still waiting on inspections, because like I said, the shed is like the structures same as the addition. The walls are
same
up
time, right?
Yeah, they're building everything the same time. So once we get the framing inspection, then they can start unwrapping it and get the roof on. But more importantly, I can get the guys out there to spray foam.
Yeah, because but we don't want to fill too much because you still have to get electricity and all.
Yeah, like I said, so I mean,
it's
so it's not like they're the shed it's so close to being done already, but unfortunately they're doing everything at the same time as the addition. So we can't get the roof put on until they put the roof on the addition.
Right.
We can't do this because as the crew finishes up the house, they just work on the addition. So it saved us.
You mean they work on this
or the addition? Yeah. So it saved us. I think I forget what it was, like $8,000 from buying a shed of the same size, of just having the crew do this.
Now that we think about it, though, we would have never gotten the concrete slab if we did it the other way because they screwed up. So that was a bonus for us. But if we did buy one already made, the garage would be empty.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, it makes
You know?
sense, but is there going to be?
And we wouldn't have a storage unit anymore.
Yeah.
But is there going to be a
nice.
point when, even though they're doing them both at the same time, that you're going to be able to take shit out of the garage and put it in that shed?
But at the end of the day, Kevin can't do anything. So no.
Yes.
Because he's got to build new benches and all kinds of stuff.
Because they're done on the inside of the shed. Like once the window goes in and the door goes in, like it's bare framing walls. Like it's just studs. And that's the way it's going to stay. We're going to spray foam the walls, spray foam the ceiling, and then I'll put sheets of plywood on the walls. And then we can move everything else in because later on I'll put electricity in there.
Right.
So once it's wrapped and the roof is on, so it's waterproof.
But we can't put anything in there until the electricity is done, because you're got to build tables and stuff, and there's no way you're gonna move all of that back out.
I don't have to move it out. I'm gonna have the electricity run around the top and have drop outlets put in, so we can move in there, because it's easier. Because nothing sucks worse than having your outlets 3 feet off the ground, and then having your bench. So I would rather run conduit around 6 inches down from the ceiling, all the way around, and then put drops in, all the way. So the outlets won't be recessed; they'll just be exposed,
mounted.
Mounted. Yeah.
But who knows if when you'll be able to even start building anything or doing anything. So there's that. And
then the benefit of having all the exposed conduit and boxes, I can add more in the future.
Right.
Without having to snake through a wall and do all that garbage. So
that's what I hope to do with our garage, because when you're in a garage, we have like 2 outlets in here, and the new garage,
same as our garage, like 2 fucking outlets.
And the new garage, it's like, okay, what the one thing that's pretty cool is they have is in the back of the garage, right? They have these structures built where you can store underneath it, and there's lofts up top.
Yeah.
So as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, well, I could frame in this structure and then just wall it off, whether it's with drywall, plywood, or even go down to the lumber, this reclaimed lumber, and create a pretty cool little wall. And then store everything behind there that's in our storage unit and that we store here. So you'll see nothing. All you'll see is just the wall, and that's in the back. And then I could have the lounge and my office and the studio in the garage in front of these new fabricated walls.
Right. Yeah.
And then the loft on top, you could store and put totes on top of that, and it won't look that bad. It'll just look like a normal, storage area.
Yeah.
But to your point is looking at where the outlets are. I want to see how I can add more outlets, and I always did, like you said, those drop down with the exposed. Yeah. It's functionally perfect, and it allows for expansion.
Yeah, because you got the box. You need an expansion. You knock the knockout in.
Yeah.
Put another pipe.
Yeah.
And, as long as you don't overload like the circuit.
That's what we had at work.
Yeah.
It was all.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say the same thing with the shed, as I'm gonna put it on multiple. Like everything could probably run on one circuit. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it like on 3, just in case in the future. You want to put a pipe in.
Don't we have to put a light on our? We have to put another light on our.
Yeah, on the outside of the house.
And then you want to do one on the shed too. I thought.
Yeah.
Right?
So we've got.
So we got other things. Yeah. But it just seems like we have no idea when they're going to start or do anything more. Mm-hmm. What the deal is at this point.
Waiting on doors. They installed our French door.
Yeah, but
they're still waiting on other door. They can't even get doors. You can't even buy a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, things were good there for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it went right back to there's no supplies again.
That's why a lot of people are saying, why don't you just buy a new home, or there's tons being
built. All fucking delayed.
They're all delayed, and then they're using, crappy materials and just one issue after another. I'm like, no.
Well, the one house we looked at that we were actually considering we wanted to put an offer on. They were like, they took it off the market because their house has been delayed so many times that they're like, fuck it,
Yeah.
Every time we put it on the market, we think we're going to be moving in X amount of days, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people ask me why don't you just build a house? And I'm like, what? For what the market's real high. I can get a fortune more than what I owe, but then I got to spend another couple $100,000 just to get what I have now.
Well, when we first did the first edition, we did look. we looked to see what kind of houses were out there for what would fit our needs. And there just wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the perfect thing. We would still have had to have done something.
I would still had to have built an office. I would still had to have, I just still had to do, I was having to do construction.
Because trying to find a 4-bedroom anywheres in Florida is very hard.
But you're smart in what you're doing, because they do it in California. My buddy lived out there, and he's like, you know, you have a ranch, and they have so many people out there that instead of buying new, what they'll do is they'll be like, I'm just going to go live with my in-laws for a year and just expand and just have them build. And they have properties that were 2-3 bedroom freaking ranch homes. And they're expanding and building onto it because it's cheaper and that it is to sell your home and move it and buy a new house. And B, you're going to freaking increase your property value exponentially by doing that.
Yeah. Everyone's, I mean, our neighbors
build up.
Was happy that we were building.
Oh yeah, all of our neighbors are happy. Like, oh yeah, man, if we ever sell, you know, it'll be well, you know, but they say that, but we haven't sold, so we're not a comp, you know. So yeah, it's hard, you know, hard for them, but yeah, it's
But I don't know. The whole addition thing is like, as much as it shouldn't affect us, it has in some weird ways that we weren't like prepared for, especially like ordering the stuff for the addition. Like,
oh yeah, because everything was like I ordered the ceiling fans, and they're in giant boxes. They're in the living room.
Yeah,
you know, just because it was, we ordered them, and it was the last 2 they had in stock of the ones I wanted. And I'm like, do I order them now and chance?
And I thought about going back, and I used to have a big storage building, and then I downsized it, and then I was thinking, shit, do I just go back and re-get the bigger one again? Move all the stuff again and start putting all the stuff in storage and then move it.
Yeah, and then by that time they'll start construction and they'll need everything out of there. And
I know. I just
but like, it's little things, you know, like all the light fixtures I had to order in. You know, it's
it's just
a 500-foot spool of Cat 6 cable. You
and
know,
then it doesn't help that you know we started the Trash Panda, and then now we have cigars that we're storing, and it's like holy shit, we're running out of room. Like I told Kevin, I'm like, I'm a claustrophobic person. I don't like a bunch of shit, or I like things organized. And then Kevin he's okay with the clutter.
Yeah, and now it's
walls
just
caving in
organization
on him.
is
I am not.
We've got the like the 128-ounce igloo cooler, like the one that's 5 feet long.
Oh, it's in our kitchen, it's right next to our dining room.
Yeah,
table.
it's in the dining room. Yeah, it's just sitting.
I hate
there.
clutter too. Ask Jen. I there's times where I've had meltdowns of I get to the point where I'm just so cluttered, where I just have like a full blown grand mal fucking
you sit on the floor and you want to fucking roll around and just be like, I can't stand it. I'm the same way.
When I was doing a lot of wood turning, you know, a year ago, you know, I'd be the same thing on my garage. You know, every day off, you know, I would be turning, I'd be making something. And then like once a month, I would just have like a little meltdown because you go to look for something you can't find one of the 18 tape measures you have
of your own motherfucking
doing. So
because if I was to have a strapped on video camera of how my life has been for the last 5 years of walking through a garage with groceries when you literally have a path.
Thank God it's a strap on video camera.
Fucking stressful.
So then I gotta
I don't feel bad for him.
I gotta spend 6 hours cleaning the garage. And then by the time you're done, you don't even want to work on anything. You're like, fuck it, it's day's over.
Yeah, nobody wants to feel bad for you when you are the creator of your own hoarding mess, Kevin.
Upstairs. Hey, Jen, where's the tape measure? I don't know. I'm like, we got like 5 of them. How do we not know where one of those motherfuckers are?
I know I have one in the office where the other ones are. I have no clue.
Do you have scissors? No. What do you mean you don't have scissors? You got scissors all over the place.
Kevin is very organized when it comes to that, though. Like the garage itself, when it was functionable, was very organized. Then it just went to shit.
Yeah.
At this point. And it's not anyone's doing. I mean, we tried to do the best we could with the space we have without spending a god-awful amount of money to store shit. That personally, like some of his equipment, there's no way we could have moved it anyway. You know, it's just so goddamn heavy. Like we want to move it one time, which is into the new space. And so, you know, it's just it's just the light is at the end of the tunnel, but I am like I don't like clutter, so I have little mini meltdowns, and Kevin just looks at me, and I know he's thinking like, God, when's this gonna end?
I wish we could turn this camera around so you could see what the garage looks like right now with all moving.
It gives me anxiety. It makes me feel like my heart is gonna explode, like I'm gonna have a heart attack. I can't, like, I have so much anxiety over the mess, and I want it to have everything in its place, everything. And like when I clean, I get so angry with him because I'm like, why can't you just leave this space alone? Why fill it? He cannot handle empty cleanliness. Like if it's seamless, he will literally put something there, even if it's a fucking pen. He's like, all right, I feel better now. He can't have it clean.
But just like you, it'll be nice when you're in your new place. We have our new addition. We got the new shed. I don't have to trip over a ceiling fan in the living room anymore. It just piles of boxes.
Yeah, I'm even gonna have a little smoking area overlooking our stream.
Well, there's two things about the garage. That one thing I really, really like, and the other part that's really bothering the fuck out of me.
I know what it is.
One of the things I like is I have 2 windows.
Yeah.
So I'm like, windows in a garage are great. So in the summer, when it's fucking hot, I can have the AC running, have a window open, and freaking the air purifier, the A3 freaking cleaning the air, which is going to be great. The one thing that's bothered me right now more than anything is the position of the fucking hot water
Guess
heater.
Where it is?
Where?
It's
just by the door.
It's like
by the garage door.
By the garage door, like. Our hot water heater here is in the corner. You've seen it. It's in the corner.
Yeah, same as ours. Yeah, tucked away.
The little half wall, can't see it.
Right.
This is like fucking in all of its robotic glory.
Right there.
Like
can it be moved?
Fucking there.
That's what I asked
I
Caroline.
started looking at the piping, and I'm like, God Almighty, to move this thing.
I wonder why it was built like that right there.
Just get rid of it and go. Like I said. Before this one breaks, I was going to do it on my last one, but the last one broke, and I didn't have a chance to do research at tankless. I'm going to go tankless next time. Really? So it's a little box on the wall. That's it. It doesn't store water. It instantly heats it up. Super fast.
Interesting.
We got to look into that because something on the wall
making a note.
Would be perfect because he's got a workbench in there already, a big wooden workbench. So I'm really happy to have a place where I'm like, okay, here's my roots. Like, like I never really collected. Our old place didn't have enough room. In this place here, when I had my place in Pennsylvania, I had a lot of tools. And then when I moved into an apartment, I either sold them or I got rid of them. So I gave my brother-in-law because I didn't have a need for them. I had room.
Right.
I can't wait to start again and getting back into a nice, neat, organized work table. Where if I want a freaking saw piece of wood, I'm not trying to saw it on a freaking, foldable table with a freaking chair, over here.
Oh, yeah.
A fucking weed whacker hanging out.
Yeah.
And then I also want to put a shed outside for all the freaking, work stuff, which is, but it's going to be nice to have. But man, this hot water heater, it is just so in the way.
So what does that run people though?
It's actually the price from what I look. I would have to have it professionally installed. They say it's generally only a couple $100 more
up front,
than a regular water heater. But that's down here in Florida, and that was, like I said, when I was looking at it, it was just,
I mean, it makes sense too, though, for space in your garage. I mean, that would
make
so much more sense.
And then the next thing we're getting rid of is the garage door opener because those are mounted on the wall now too, right on the end of your shaft. So it mounts on the wall. The shaft goes right in, so you have nothing hanging overhead.
Yeah.
And those are about the same price as a regular garage door opener.
Yeah.
So getting rid of the garage door opener. So that's
I just like to freaking enclose our garage and just put a freaking windows up front and shit like that.
To be honest, since we don't park in our garage, I really want to do one of those cool screen ones where you can put the screen over.
Yeah, I'm laughing because that's really big. When I used to go up to Syracuse, and that was really big. They have these big fucking inserts that they freaking actually put in their garage. And it's this wooden framed in freaking looks like a screen porch with a freaking screen door on it.
Yeah, they have more. They add a second or another set of rollers to your track,
Yep.
and you just pick it up with your garage door.
Yeah, it goes, but and you can either have it screened or the garage door
Yeah.
go down. It's a really nice,
Yeah.
and it lets all that air in without like the bugs coming in and stuff. And
Yeah.
then we could let the dogs in the garage and stuff.
How much are they? Tankless hot water heater.
I was seeing anywhere from 900 to 2,000 when I just Googled it.
That's
That's
still
worth
not
it.
that bad.
That's
worth
it.
That's not bad.
I mean, a water heater now. Last time I was at Home Depot and looked, and they were like $900 for a big hot water heater.
Yeah.
So like I said, when I looked at it for this, it was only like a couple $100 more, and then you had to have it installed. So I don't know
does it more efficient? Does it last longer than a hot water heater? I have to imagine.
Yes,
so.
they say it lasts longer. It's more efficient.
Well, and your house isn't going to possibly blow up if you put your own
because it's on demand.
Yeah.
But the more people you have in your house, if you have to go 2 stories, there are so many variables.
Which we don't.
But I think for us, it wouldn't be that bad because we know But I think something
Kerr doesn't shower, so he doesn't use a lot of water. It's just me and Joe.
I shower.
Yeah, but she meant like you take like a 10-minute shower. You're in and out. Like,
well, I'm in and out, but I don't shower every day.
I don't. Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
No, but I just don't. I don't.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like I got to be freaking zestfully clean for you every night.
But so I imagine getting a tankless would probably.
That would the size of them. I can't get over how tiny they are because it's on when you go into the garage. It's on the far wall, but it's literally right there, maybe 2 feet in. It's just right freaking there. I'm like, who puts it there and not puts it back in the corner?
Yeah, I would love for us to not have ours.
That's crazy.
It just takes up.
You have the
it's
picture.
weird.
Find the picture.
Yeah, takes up less space. You don't have to have you don't have to replace the anode. You're not having to flush it.
My question was, what happens to the water heater though? Like, do people refurbish them? Do you have to get rid of them?
You just throw them away.
You don't get any money for them or anything?
I think they just haul them away.
Yeah,
right?
it's like hauling away an old appliance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it work since it's tankless? Does the water just directly come in from your line?
It goes in, and then the coils in there superheat it instantly. And then it just goes to the house.
I've never heard anyone in any article or in the news that hey, someone's water heater box fucking lit their house on fire. So I guess they're okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anything.
I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh yeah,
but you hear all the time when people's houses are blowing up from their water.
Oh yeah,
heaters.
they're huge. The tankless water heaters.
Yeah, hell, we even heard that when we were looking at doing the different bombs in the garage. You got to watch which ones you use because if they've got a pilot, it'll blow your fucking garage up.
Yeah,
flammable.
What?
Yeah. Do you guys have gas or are you on electric in your new house?
We have electric primarily, but we do. What's nice is we do have a gas line, propane coming in for the fireplace, so you can convert.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool. Okay. So it's from the city, or you have a line. You don't have to have a tank filled.
I think it's a line. I don't know.
Propane.
Man, I would love
it's from the city. It's
okay.
So do I. That's why I'm glad we have propane going into the house. It's called Piedmont propane. It's a gas line. It's not a tank.
Oh, that makes it nice. You don't have to have a tank.
We have it here too.
Yeah. But so that might save even more money. I know gas. I don't know if they make a gas tankless. I don't know if that's a thing or if they're all electric. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a nice alternative for the water heater issue, though, if possible.
Yeah, I talked to my dad about that too, because I think at my dad's house they were electric, but they did have gas coming in, so they were able to convert over to gas. And save a lot of money in that.
I'd love a gas stove too.
Yeah, it's nice to have both. Like gas. So when gas prices, they fluctuate. You can use but
I don't know when I
both
lived,
coming into your house.
I had a gas stove in North Carolina, and then I had a gas stove at the apartment that I was living at here in Florida, and I paid, I think it was like $15 or $20 for my gas bill every month.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
Yeah, non-heating
because
season,
I had my dryer
like
was
$10-15.
Yeah,
Winter, I was paying close to like $80-$90.
Yeah, and I did a lot of laundry, and our dryer was off of the gas as well.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think I paid like when I did heavy like loads of laundry, sometimes it was like $30 a month was my gas. Like I really like the gas stove though.
You can just regulate the heat so much better.
I know. Gas stoves are so much better.
I think you got the picture of the garage.
Do I?
Yeah, I think you do. I don't have them.
I think I saved them off.
But yeah, fucking. So that's some exciting. So tell me about how was your birthday?
It was good. It was nice.
What gifts did you get?
My friend Kevin got me, which was very, very sweet, a little like framed piece of wood that was carved with all these little puzzle pieces that says "Mom, you're the glue that keeps," or the glue that keeps us the pieces.
Or you're
together.
the piece that keeps the
keeps
puzzle together, or something.
Puzzle together, and it has all the kids' names on it and the dogs and everything. It was really sweet. I really liked it, and it's what I think it's made out of like cedar or something because it has like a nice wood smell to it. Mm-hmm. So he gave me that, which was really nice. And then my friend Shani got me a bunch of like cool stickers, but she really wanted to get them because it said there was Edgar Allan Poe stickers in there, and there was one. The rest are like these like more darker stickers, which speaks to my soul. So it worked out anyway. And then she got me a cool Edgar Allan Poe like plant, like planter. It's his face, and you can put like a succulent or something where it has crazy
like a chia
hair.
pet?
But it's not. It's just a planter. So
okay.
It's like a chia pet. And then she got me this custom-made cutting board, all of New Jersey, with all the towns and
nice.
It's so freaking cool. It's so beautiful. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. I love that gift a lot. And my mom and I are getting ombre eyebrows done, so she's paying for that to have it done. It's like microblading, but like it does like more just shading and kind of like so you don't have
semi-permanent or
it's like it's
tattooed?
It's not tattooing though, because then that's more permanent. And this you have to have it touched up every like 2 years or whatever, but like it just shades it so you don't have to fill in. Once you start getting older, your eyebrows your hairs start turning gray and they get sparse, so it just basically makes them fuller. So my mom really wanted to do it, so I was like, oh, I want to do it too because my sister got it done, and so she wants to. That was my birthday gift from her, so we have to figure out when to do that. But I'm also a little terrified because that's the one thing I'm a little vain about is my fucking eyebrows. So if they fuck them up, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyone working around my eyes would make me nervous.
But to be honest, the chick that I chose, I did a lot of research on this. Like, no joke. I think I have called and like looked and talked to 1,000 different places that do it. This girl that we're going to do the consultation with, her work is incredible. And the pictures that I've seen of some of the people she's done, it's not like young girls with full bushy eyebrows. Like it's older women that she works on, and they look so realistic and fantastic. So, because my mom's are really sparse. I mean, she's, she plucked them all in the 60s and 70s, and she has like no eyebrows left. And so if that was one thing she really wanted to do for herself. And I said, well, I'll do it with you. And then she said, well, there's your birthday gift. So that was nice. Cool. Yeah. So that was nice. And then my brother and his girlfriend got me something, but they never came over and dropped it off. So I have no idea what it is. But I don't, I don't need anything from you guys anyway. So it's, not a big deal. And, but yeah, so, and then, Graham was trying to come home for my birthday, and I was like, don't waste your leave days on that. I'd rather like you come and like we can actually spend time together. Yeah. Than a quick trip. So, we're going to definitely see him when we go to Kentucky. So he's going to, he's doing, the barn smoker, but he also joined and started volunteering for, Cigars for Warriors. So he's been doing events with them.
Oh, nice.
So he just did a couple events with them at Anstead's there in Fort Bragg or Fayetteville, and then they just had a huge festival, the Dogwood Festival, and he volunteered there and worked for Anstead's volunteering, and then for Cigar for Warriors. So
are the dogwoods in bloom? Is that why the festival's going on?
I think that's why they do a festival every year for it. But they had some like really good bands there and stuff. He said it was actually a pretty cool festival. So but yeah, so yeah, it was nice. I just, as you get
eat
old,
well? Did you drink well?
I did. Did you not see my picture of my margarita?
I seen the pictures before. I don't know about any of the wrestling matches that occurred afterwards.
Getting ready to get the bill to us, and she looks at me, she's like, "You're driving." I go, "Well, the hell is that happening? If I could drive, I'd be going to work."
Well, I figured since we were so close to home, I'm like, you could manage. You could figure it out. I did drive, which was not probably my finer moment in life, because I am such a huge advocate of not driving while you're intoxicated, and I definitely was.
Well, you weren't intoxicated.
I was not feeling any pain,
you were
Kevin. I was feeling pretty tipsy, and I was like, "Woo!" Because we hadn't eaten, so of course, as soon as I got it, I was like, chugging
I
it,
know,
and was like, "That was dumb. That was a mistake."
I mean, you've been there. You're going out for a big meal, so you skip lunch, and then by the time it comes around, your stomach's hurts because you're so
trying
hungry.
To eat the chips and guac really fast, but you're like, that's not enough.
Trying to get a base layer down.
You're like, this isn't enough. But I mean, but it was fine. We were so close to home, but I was like, I did at one point. I was like, Kevin, I think you might have to drive. It's because I drank it
just
so
use your other
fast.
foot.
Yeah, we weren't taking that chance. I mean, if worst case scenario, I would have made Shaney drive or Mike, and then they followed, and then
I could have 2-footed it, I guess.
Yeah, no. If it really,
there's no moving, there's no sliding.
I've heard that in 2 days.
Yeah. Listen,
2-foot driving.
If it really came down to it, Mike would have driven us, or because they had to pick their kids up, which her parents live not far from us either, so it would have all worked out if I really couldn't drive.
There's tequila in their margaritas. Were you?
Yes, there is. Yes, I don't know. Ask Kevin. I don't know. I feel like I'm fine, but I'm sure I'm an asshole. I'm sure I'm an asshole.
No. We just, come home and we're both so full. We had a cigar, and then
I think we were both cranky anyway. I was just cranky, like towards the end of the night. It was a long day. You know, it was just like. It's just a long day. I don't know. Birthdays for me are usually never that great anyway. From even when I was a kid, I just don't like my birthday. So I've never enjoyed my birthdays like 100%.
I don't care for birthdays.
I don't care for my birthday. You like your birthday.
I don't like my birthday, but you've made them good. But since I will be turning 50 in January, I do want to I don't gamble, but I do want to go to Vegas just to see. Oh, nice. Like.
We're supposed to go to
you
Vegas
guys are invited.
I'm down. I'll go to Vegas.
To go in July.
But that's the weekend you're going to be away with the boys.
Fuck.
Whatchamacallit though, like birthdays with Kevin have been great. Like for Kevin has really made birthdays great, but I didn't like always have good birthdays or like.
Why don't we just stop this year? Like all holidays.
I already said that. See, listen.
What about Mother's Day?
Well,
Mother's
Day is coming up. No, he never does.
I know he doesn't. For me, Kevin, anyway. Mother's Day.
He never does that anyway.
I haven't.
But I texted my mom and my sister-in-law and said, "Hey, why don't we do Secret Santa where we spend like $20-$30 on everyone? The Secret Santa, whoever it is." And be done with it. I'm tired of trying to buy gifts for people. I don't. Money is not tight, but I don't want to spend money on useless shit and try to figure out what somebody wants. I don't care anymore. The kids are older. Nobody gives a shit. Cards. Right? Nobody gives a shit anymore, right? And I said I'd rather go have dinner, go do something, maybe go do something for the day, find some cool event to do with as a family. But I don't want to do gifts anymore. I don't want to do that bullshit.
That's like Tampa was our gift.
Yeah, I just think it makes more sense. So my mom was like, "Oh, I'm fine with that," and Sarah's like, "I think you need to go back to work because you're thinking about this shit in April." And I was like, "Because I am already thinking ahead. Like, I don't want to be stressed out for a holiday shit that I don't care about. I don't. It's not to me like the whole gift giving thing is like not really. I'd rather spend good quality time with people I care about, have good food." Making memories that way than presents. I don't care.
Tough. It gets tough as the kids get older. It does.
The kids are way too old for it. Wyatt's the only one that still believes in Santa. Like he loves Christmas. We do Christmas for him. We set a tree up. It is all for him. No one else cares. That fucking elf on the shelf, I just finally took it down after 2 Christmases?
Yeah.
And put it in a box. And now I'm trying to figure out who to give it to, because it's not going to be someone else's nightmare, because no one cares.
That's funny.
Nobody cares.
Kev, did you like that box, the moving that desk, the moving gears I sent you a video of?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Did you watch the video of the fans that I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fans
God.
we got with the gears and the bottom of the fans.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we were looking for furniture and came upon that desk.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's this? And then I started I'm like, oh look, it actually
it should do something else though.
Yeah.
Like just
it should
having
go on its own, because you're not going to sit at the desk and crank the hand.
Yeah.
So before I actually had a project all laid out, and this is back before Jess and the kids moved in. So going into our hallway, you have a light switch. It's in the hallway, and I wanted this big elaborate geared system. So I may end up doing one in the new edition for like my office or something. It's kind of like the desk. You have the handle. So I had all these gears laid out and this pulley system laid out. So you turn this gear, it turns this, it turns this, it turns the pulley. Then after about 35 seconds, the final gear turns the light switch on. It just flips it.
Oh, wow.
It flips it on. So like if you want to turn the lights on and off, you're screwed. You got to crank this handle for like 30 seconds, to turn it. And but just watching this big elaborate
You want to know what
thing.
was cool too is that at one point we looked at this whole cool pulley fan system for the living room, where it connects from 3 to 3 fans, and it's a whole pulley thing, and it just
and I looked at it. It's called a fan emotion. FANIMOTION. If anybody wants to look it up, that's watching. But it's cool. You have one motor that mounts somewhere on the ceiling. Usually it's in a corner. And you've got a giant belt that goes to one fan, and then a belt that goes to another fan. And I've seen people they'll go through walls to connect to another fan.
They do like an opening, and it's so freaking cool.
And it was cool, and that's what we were gonna do. And it was I think it was like for the motor and like 3 fans, all the pulleys. It wasn't bad. It was like $600 or $700. But then when I went to order them, for the edition, it was like $2,500 now. And it's like, I can't spend $2,500 on 2 fans.
At some point, if we ever are going to do it, we probably would do it for the house, house. So we'll keep our eyes open, because we do eventually want to do something different, because we have fans in weird spots because of how many times now we have rearranged the living area and stuff. So we'll eventually have to do something different. But that probably is my most favorite thing that we saw. That was just outside the box. It was just really cool and unique, and it just adds it's a conversational piece too. It's like, how often do you see pulleys pulling these fans around? I mean, it was just so cool. It looks like beautiful leather. It's just pretty cool.
I really like the place we went to in North Carolina. The God, what was that place called? You know what I'm talking about? But it was a ridiculously huge building. And I had outside, and they said that they get a lot of people coming in from all over who are remodeling homes, like from the early 1900s or late 1800s, because they have everything in there, and the big pieces of machinery and freaking all the shit they have in there it's amazing. It's like they had this big pulley and winch, and I was just like that, and put that freaking in the center of the room. She's like, why? I'm like, because it looks cool.
Yeah, we bought a couple.
I did. We were in North Carolina, and it was a cool pulley, and it had a hook on it. And I held on to it for probably a year. And then one day she was at work, and I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out. So I mounted it to the ceiling. I took down the light above the sink.
It's so cool.
And put up a cool box and had to figure a bunch of stuff out. But put the pulley. I got some old electrical wire that looks like rope.
Like a metal bird cage kind of.
I think it was maybe something like that. And then so now it's a rustic pulley with this light. Rope and this
with the Edison light inside the cool cage thing. It's so neat. That was a cool project. I don't know how you figured that out. That was cool. And then we have a couple other pulleys that we have, but we never did anything with them. We just have them. But we also have those old tobacco sticks that we got when we were in North Carolina. So we eventually thought about doing something with them, like either a cool like lattice thing or I don't know, because they're just super cool, but they were tobacco stakes.
Yeah.
Tobacco stakes.
Yeah, they're like really long things
Oh,
that
they hang the tobacco on.
to hang the tobacco on. And we bought a whole bunch of them for what, like $1 a piece or something.
Oh, the place didn't know what they had.
They didn't know what they had. We bought bundles. What we could fit in our car, we bought. Yeah, it was freaking
I love
awesome.
places like that. This place just had freaking lumber outside.
Yeah.
Just so much shit all over the place.
Yeah. The problem is, like I said, not everything. You've probably come across that. It's so they know what they have
now.
Now it's so expensive. Now
people want that stuff, and
I know. Now you're looking to repop. Like just getting knockoff stuff. Cause it's like it's knockoff, but it's
like the tobacco baskets and stuff. Like you could get them for a fairly decent price. Now they want like $100 for them. And it's
they're
like
real expensive for the real one.
Yeah, for the real one.
Yeah.
It's like that's crazy.
I was collecting the old Kerr, like the gas torches they used to use, like the propane torches, but they're acetylene. Like I said, those should be about $10 to $12. They made millions of them for decades. Now you go everywhere, they want $40-$50. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. That's $10.
So
I've been buying those for $10 for 10 years, and now everybody wants them for a project. Now I can't have it.
I will tell you, the apple crates that I do have that I'll never part with are worth a lot of money. They're made like from wood that you just can't get anymore and stuff. It's like the wormy chestnut wood and stuff. Like you're just never gonna get it. It's non-existent. And so I know those are costly, and I got those all at the time when they were a good deal when somebody didn't know what they had. But now if you came across that, you're paying $100 for a crate. That's just how it is.
What was the place we went to down in south of here? Is that Lexington or South Carolina? When we went down, we had that we had lunch. That place,
Newberry.
We start walking around Newberry, and I'm like, all right. So all of a sudden, there's a place down one of the roads, and you start looking through it, and I'm like, okay. It looks. You walk in, I'm like, wow, they got some pretty cool stuff. Then they have really big. This was featured on what was it? The show
American Pickers.
American Pickers. And it was like, okay. So then you go in there, you'd realize everything's gonna be jacked up in prices. The place looked like shit. It had broken window and everything, but it was on American Pickers. So now you can walk in there and they'll have tinsel. Like that tinsel's from 1952. It's $800.
Yeah.
Like, okay, easy there, Slick.
What's crazy is that for a while I was buying old window panes and stuff. Like I was collecting them, and then because I was going to try to build like a cool greenhouse out of them, and that was like my thought process at the time. And then I realized like that was never going to happen. And now when I look for them, I can't even begin to imagine, like, you can't afford these old windows. I wish I would have kept my collection of windows, because I have one. I made Kevin finally hang it. I kept one that I really, really loved. It was like 100-year-old window. It's freaking crazy.
We have one.
But they got shit ton. I mean, there's like a couple different, especially that place over here, the restoration place. They got a shit ton of old windows like that. Yeah,
but how cool would that be to turn a whole greenhouse out of old windows?
Yeah, no, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
I was driving down the road. This was years ago, and
we were still in the Taylor's house.
Some guy had all this shit out in front of his yard, and I pulled over to see what he had. And he had all these old beer signs, and he had this window, and I'm like, "That's pretty cool, freaking window, man." He's
Wilkins.
Like, "Wilkins." I'm like, "It was like Wilkins, 1984." Or something. I'm like, what's it from? He's like, I don't know. He goes, that's someplace in Boston, I think. Or he just told me some bullshit. So we hang it. I put rope on it. We hang it everywhere. So whatever the decor is, we always, if it's by the coffee stuff, it's like, it's Wilkins Coffee Shop. Boston.
I love
it's
that.
Wilkins Medical. But actually, when I started researching it, I believe I really have to call and ask. But I believe it was Wilkins Body Shop in Minnesota.
Oh, that's cool though.
I believe it was a Wilkins Body Shop in Minnesota because I think they started like in 1984 or something like that. And when I looked at the lettering, the way it was written, it was very similar.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You know that place that Graham and I went to eat at your buddy's restaurant, Kerr in North Carolina?
Yeah, Apex.
Yeah. So down the street there, they have like a antique store that Graham and I went into, but it's not stuff that you would find from here in America. It's all coming from other countries. That's neat. This woman, she has pictures of all of her travels, of all the stuff she brings back. So where this wooden ladder came from, or these rugs and baskets and stuff, it's expensive. I mean, some of the stuff she had from Egypt, from Saudi Arabia. I mean, some of the stuff is just so unbelievably gorgeous, but none of it's from America. It's all from other countries.
Yeah, that's when it gets expensive, just shipping it over
like
here.
Some of the desks that they had in there, I was like, oh my god.
But the only time you can find good stuff anymore is in, like when you like the American pickers, when they go to a place like these old guys that have barns full of crap.
Yeah.
They're still willing to part with things at a good price, especially if you want it. I've come across people like, well, are you reselling this, or what are you doing with it? No, I got a really good project, that I want to do for myself. And then somebody like, well, you can just have it.
Yeah.
Or just give me like $10. If you're looking to resell it, I know how much it's worth, so, but yeah, we've been into these podunk towns out in the middle of nowhere. You go into an antique store, it's like 200 years old, and even they know what they have.
Yeah.
You're looking at prices. I'm like,
one of my favorite ones is near an apple orchard outside of Haywood County in North Carolina there. It's huge. They do auctions there. I mean, they know what they have, but they have so much stuff that a lot of times they will give you a good deal because they're a huge antique mall. I mean, I took you there. Remember? It was massive.
We went to that antique mall in Ohio when
I didn't go to Ohio with you.
That was we've never been to Ohio. As soon as
been to Ohio.
As soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, she's never been to Ohio. But I love those antique malls up north, where you have like 300 vendors. You got, and people, I always tell people, when you go, you have to look up. Remember to look up at an antique mall.
Oh yeah, they hang
shit hanging from the ceiling that you'll miss and but you
can still find some really good, but then when you do have like those antique malls, like what booth those people are being so unrealistic,
and you can't negotiate prices at a mall. That's the only thing. Yeah, because they're like, well, it's not our stuff.
But the stuff that
I gotta check with the person who owns it, because we've done it with the mall up here.
There's a big one in Greenville.
Is there?
Yeah, we got big ones up in Pennsylvania. The one area I worked in outside of Chambersburg is like the antique capital of Pennsylvania. But
she's underneath. Hold on one second. Hey, remember you have testing tomorrow, right? Or is it just what? Yeah, you have testing too. So I'm gonna get off here in a minute and get you guys ready.
But yeah, we got. I mean, I love antiquing, and I've gone to, like, back in the day. I had that toolbox that I have. I have an antique toolbox.
Sorry, she's getting the dog.
I know, it's like
the dog was crying.
I was me laughing.
Yeah.
Did it sound like crying?
But, it's I got an antique toolbox that actually sits up on legs, and the lid pops off, and I got that for like freaking $15.
I can't even begin to tell you how much
back in the day. I got that freaking. That's probably the oldest. Besides the wine rack that I sold my sister, that was the first thing ever. But I had that since 1996.
Yeah.
I probably had that toolbox since, I don't know, early 2000s.
Nice.
I've never been antiquing in Pennsylvania. I would love to go Pennsylvania.
I working at Goodwill, of course. I've gotten some really cool stuff. I even gotten some cool stuff for Kevin from Goodwill, but I have I did like a lot of like side jobs when I first started working at Goodwill. I would clean for people and stuff, and then like my mom's co-workers would give me like little odd jobs to do for them. And so this one woman, I went and helped her like pack up and like move her stuff, and she gave me a bunch of furniture, and one of the pieces she gave me was an old 1920s dresser.
Wow.
That's the one piece I still have in storage that I refuse to get rid of, even though I have no use for it. I love it, but I have no idea. So when we do the closet finally here. That I think I want to incorporate that into the closet.
I was Evan with the Red Meat Lovers Club. He was at a friend's house in his basement. I don't know, but it was his friend's parents' house or something, helping him move some stuff. And there was like this end table, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna throw that away. Can you like take it upstairs?" And he's like, and he recognizes it's a cigar humidor, like a little end table.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's like, "Hey, I've got some cigars. You mind if I have it?" And then they're like, "Yeah, we're just throw it away." And then he was telling me about it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's made by some company like Viajante." And I'm like, "Send me a picture of that."
And it's like,
and he sent me a picture of it, and I go, that's a $5,000 like humidor, like like little end table. And he's like, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, like Viajante, like they don't make anything better. That's cool. The top of the line." He's like, "Oh yeah, I just got it for free."
Yeah, and I had gotten some like cedar chest and like some other stuff from this lady, and I was like, I turned around and sold a lot of it. She gave me old tables, and I redid them at my parents', and then did a yard sale and sold a lot of it. But that 1920s dresser, it's so fucking cool.
It's nice coming across that. I had one of those end table humidors years and years ago, and I don't even know what it was or the name, but I just remember I sold it I think I resold it for like $40 or something like that. Yeah. Because sometimes if you don't know what you have, but my dad is the king of this, and I love it. My dad is the king of saying, "Well, that's valuable. That's an antique, or that's rare." My dad's a hoarder. He's gotten better. But the big thing was we had this furniture that my great aunt had given my dad, and my dad's like, "That's Aunt Annie's furniture. That's an antique." And I walked over one day and I grabbed the dresser and I just picked it up.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I go, "Dad, it's particle board."
Yeah.
It looks antique from the outside. I said, "But I would not be able to pick it up like this if it was an antique."
Yeah, I know. It'd be solid mahogany.
I said, "Dad, just because it's owned by an old person doesn't make it an antique."
Yeah.
Aunt Annie's very cheap. And I was like picking it up and like shaking it around. And my sister's laughing her ass off because every piece like that, my dad's like, "You would help me with that?" I'm like, "No, pick it up." I throw it on my shoulders, a big freaking dresser.
Yeah.
I was younger and stronger then, but it was all particle board.
Yeah.
I was like, "It's not an antique, Dad. Come on."
Yeah, I have gotten some good deals. Like Goodwill sometimes would do like these like stupid random like everything $5 sale on furniture, right? Just to blitz out furniture because people weren't paying attention to what they priced out on the floor. So I would buy all these like wooden like tables, wooden like end table, like anything that was solid wood, and I would like sand them down, restain them, and sell them for $100 or whatever.
Yeah,
wow. I did that for a long time when I first started working for Goodwill. I would go in and buy all the sale items.
You get decent stuff.
You do,
and like you said, if you sand it down and you refinish it, it'll freaking probably pop.
It literally cost me like it would cost me like $5-10 to buy the piece, and then I already had like most of the stain and all the stain. My parents had the garage, and so I would be like, and then I would sell whatever, and then just give them a couple bucks for letting me do it there.
That toolbox I had that had paint on it, not all around it, but it had paint on it. It was all chipped and shit, and I scraped some of it off, and then I took freaking Tung's oil and mineral spirits. I took mineral spirits and just cleaned it all up, and it looks perfect.
Yeah, the bench that I bought from Goodwill was made from teak wood, and then I gave it to my brother because that's a bitch to take care of. And like we really didn't have anywhere to put it to keep it from the weather, so I was like, "Here you go." But that teak wood is really cool when you like oil it and stuff and keep it looking nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Kev, 90-minute mark.
All right, I gotta go because I gotta get kids.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Broadleaf Bully Kevin.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jess.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Kerr.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jen.
And remember,
bullies make good friends.
From Kev, Jess, Kerr, and Jen, we are the Broadleaf Bullies. Thank you for joining us, and remember, bullies make good friends.